Johnny Bo, you are now the ambassador of key carts. How are you liking switching those things out?
I hate physical. It's so annoying to have to switch things out. And now that they're physical digital cards, like, man, why didn't I just stick to digital?
Is the lid gonna break on your Switch too? It's all flimsy now, right?
I didn't even notice.
You never.
Welcome.
Just cutting me off.
I always got to cut off somebody. So welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, for episode 511.
A lot. That is a lot.
It is. Introducing for the first time, Mike Odyssey. How's it going, buddy?
What's up? What's going on, guys? Glad to be here.
We got Johnny Bo. How's it going?
What's up? I do one thing about the dock. Make sure you get a screen protector on your Switch, like ASAP. It scratches your screen.
I wondered about that. I literally put one on before I even put my because that's what happened on my very first Switch last time. I immediately put one on. So Cheesy, what's going on?
What's going on, cheese curds? I do not have a screen protector, so probably need to get around to that.
Yeah, $8 on Amazon for like a 4-pack, and they have a little rectangle that goes over the tablet, so you lay it on perfect. It's real nice.
The idiot-proof guide.
Yeah,
I need that.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Yeah, that's what I used. So, and then Crawler, what's going on, baby?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you. Still getting over bronchitis.
No pneumonia.
I never went and got a chest X-ray, so I feel like I'm getting better, but you know,
that's good.
I took a day off work today, so I was just resting at home, getting rest and caught up. But I have an order for a Genki case, and I got a screen protector as well, so I'm waiting on that to get shipped and delivered.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I got my Mario Kart case came in on Sunday, so it looks like it's got Mario Kart World, like the main artwork that they've been using for that game for a while. So I'm still waiting. I really hope I get to replace my Switch 1 Mario Kart case for the Switch 2 eventually. I hope they make a similar looking one, because I love that one.
Like this guy?
That's the one.
Yep.
That's the one. Love that case. So little bit of housekeeping. The game of the week, you guys, is going strong. And this last week we did Donkey Kong. I had so much fun yesterday recording this episode, digging into these games. This upcoming week we are doing Revenge of Shinobi, so you need to have the expansion pack for this one. What's the reason we're doing the 2 Ninja games? Because we're doing Ninja Gaiden the week following, because they got new games. What is it? Shinobi Art of I don't have it in front of me, but it's Sega's putting out a new Shinobi game in July, and then a new Ninja Gaiden's coming out in August. So that's why we're taking a look at kind of some of the roots. Nadia Nace says finally some Sega love. I love that. I love that. So that's
It's
the game
gonna
of
be
the
on a
week.
game key card, so get ready.
I'm a little bit torn on what to do, because I'm like, if I get it digitally, people in my family plan can steal it technically. If I get the key card, if they're not near me, they can't. So it's almost like for myself, I don't really I don't care if it's the key card or not. I don't mind putting the cart in, but I'm like, I feel like it would be a better value at that point just to get it digitally for other people on my family plan. So it's kind of a little bit to think about. So, well, before we jump into topic number 1, Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you. We always do this at the beginning of the show, just in case people check out later on. So where can people connect with you?
I am all over the place. I live in Orlando. I go to LA sometimes. I love New York, but not that much because it's too cold sometimes. I went to Texas, but mostly you can find me at the Odyssey at youtube.com/. Mike Odyssey, and then on Twitter or X, you can find me at Mike Odyssey YT there. Or you can also subscribe to Indie Mania on YouTube. It's just like that, Indie Mania, and Indie Mania X on Twitter or X, whatever you try to call it. Some people refuse to call it X, so I always have to throw in the Twitter with the English accent in there because it makes it more interesting.
There we go.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Johnny, where can people connect with you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and the Communication Air podcast.
Yeah, you guys got to get on that. I was missing an episode this week.
That was on me. I was lazy.
You were playing all your game key cards.
I was playing Rune Factory. Okay.
Love it. Love it. Cheesy, where can people connect with you?
First of all, Johnny, you know how to read? Isn't that like a pretty heavy like narrative game?
No, it's there's voice acting. It's not a Nintendo game. There's voice acting.
Oh.
Also, I just tune out when there's cutscenes. I just like, I don't know. I figure out what I need to do.
Sure. Okay. You can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky at CheezyC64, CheezyC64, and the Communication Error podcast.
And Crawler.
TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, Nightcrawler724. Nightcrawler is without the E.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, we are going to jump into topic number 1. Mike Odyssey, you have something big coming up with Indie Mania, and we want to learn all about it. So tell us about Indie Mania. Tell us when it's happening, all the things, so that we can be up to date on all the amazing indie games coming our way.
First thing I want to shout out that intro there with the GameCube logo. For a second there, I thought it was gonna go like do the whole thing and it says topic number 1 instead of GameCube. I'm like, wait a minute, did this guy just And I'm like, that would have been cool. But yeah, Indie Mania is a indie developer game show. Think about Nintendo Direct, I guess times 10 because we don't just show like 40 minutes of gameplay. Last year, it was our first. I started Indie Mania really about 3-4 years ago, the planning phase. Mania comes from wrestling. I'm a super wrestling fan. I went to Full Sail University here in Orlando, and I worked with WWE for a while. With NXT, met all the wrestlers. I did a whole bunch of promo for WrestleMania and stuff like that. At that point, I figured WrestleMania is the biggest stage of them all for wrestlers, right? So we need a big stage for indie games that just kind of goes in line with that. So that's how I came up with Indie Mania. So last year was our very first year. I have Paul Gale as a co-host helping me out with the show. And we were on IGN for 3 days. We had a 3-day show, an hour each day, and we had over 85 developers last year.
Wow.
Yeah, and so basically, I love to help people. I think that's what was put on earth, to help others. And so I'm like, what can I do in order for me to kind of support the gaming industry? Nintendo doesn't need that much help. I run the Nintendo channel, but they don't need that much help. They don't need the help at all. Indie developers need a lot of help. There's so many developers that they will never make it to a direct indie showcase or either Indie World from Nintendo or Summer Game Fest or even the other indie games that are out there, just because it's a little pricey. Believe it or not, there's a cost to get into these showcases, and so that's why I started Indie Mania. It's a sponsored show, but it's a sponsored so that it could be free for developers to join. And so we had developers from all walks of life, people who are just making their first game. We have couples who've been working for like literally 5, 6, 7 years on one game. This is their very first game. They have no more money to promote it, and so we came in the last minute and showed their game. there's a huge game out there right now. I'm not sure if you heard about it. It's called Ruffy in the Riverside. We debuted it last year in Indie Mania. Paul Gale recruited Socrates, and now that game is just kind of blowing up everywhere. So that's like a proud moment for the show. And so this year we're back at it again. This time we're doing it streamer selective. So we have right now over 55 streamers and counting right now, just joining on a daily basis to stream the show. We had IGN on board until literally a month ago, where they just kind of backed out, left developers hanging after announcement. I want to go too much into that because I can go on with that. But cool thing is that our sponsors stayed on board. Every developer, even we started the year with, I think, 90 developers. We ended with 300. And the majority came after IGN backed out. They're like, IGN is this and this and that, and we want to support you more than ever. We have a new partner, Pirate PR. I'm pretty sure you guys got a lot of emails from them promoting
every day.
Games. So they are now a full partner of Indie Mania, and you'll get a whole lot of emails from them when it comes to Indie Mania. We have a lot of premieres happening this year. Indie Mania is going to be on January 26th, which is next week, next Thursday, 11:30.
You said January.
You said January.
January? That passed already. All right. I missed my own show. June 23rd. Is it June 23rd? No, 28th. June 28th. Is it 28th? Let me take my
28th is Saturday.
There's not a 28th. June 26th.
Okay.
June 26th
next Thursday.
is a
week from today.
Thursday, yeah. June 26th, Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 8:30 Pacific. Or what is it? 10:30 Central, right?
There you go. Yeah, it's always fun trying to figure
learning.
them all
I'm
out.
still learning. I'm learning. Half of the time I don't know where I am inside the house, like literally direction wise. So I'm learning. And so this year we do have a lot of developers. There are over 300 developers. Don't worry, it's only gonna be a 2-hour show, not like a 10-hour show. We're not gonna go that big this year. We have a 1-day 3-hour show featuring Way Forward, a whole bunch of other developers who are joining us. Paul Gale, our co-host, was just at Way Forward Studios today, interviewing them for the show. So they got goodies for us and everything. So to showcase, we got Thunderstash Gaming. Steve, I invited him earlier this year to join Indie Mania as a co-host, and so he is now part of the crew that we have. We have a crew of 3, just kind of trying to be rebels,
Love it.
And so, yeah, we have a big show coming this year. It's turning out bigger than last year, and the support has been amazing and incredible.
And any info from a little Australian developer, Team Cherry?
I spoken to Team Cherry, yeah, and so, yeah.
Okay.
And so, there's first thing, Team Cherry might not be in the show. Who know? I don't know. Might not be in the show, but they do have a game coming out this year, right?
Yeah, they don't need any help. I don't think promoting their game.
They need no help whatsoever, man. Hollow Knight Silk Song coming out this year, later this year.
I don't believe it, but
Couple months. I can tell. I could tell you the month, but I can't. I don't want to watch it because I don't want to go to jail. But
Xbox Ninja's coming after you with that Rogue Ally.
yeah. So yeah, I mean that's it. We have a whole bunch of giveaways, by the way, a lot of giveaways. We have, let me see, when it comes to giveaways, we have Udon Entertainment. You guys know Udon Entertainment? They make magazines, Street Fighter, a whole bunch of other stuff, collectibles, cards, posters, everything. And we have also First Four Figures. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that, right? First Four Figures. Also providing some giveaways, sponsoring the show with giveaways. Aver Media, I'm not sure if you guys know Aver Media. It's they are providing an entire streaming setup for anybody who wants to be a streamer out there. We're going to give away an entire streaming setup for somebody out there. Camera, capture card, microphone, the whole thing.
Very cool.
And something else I forgot. Oh, of course, hundreds of digital codes. Like you don't know. I'm like, how am I gonna give all these digital codes? You know, I have to kind of figure out a way where people can sign up, and I can just click a button and just distribute them. You know, because there's so many. So yeah, there's a lot, and there might be more giveaways coming. We just don't know. I can't say much because then I'll break NDAs. But yeah,
Got
it's
it.
it's all coming together, and it's gonna be it's fun next Thursday. So if you love indie games, you might discover your next favorite game. You know, we have games that I cannot believe have never been in any other show just because they couldn't make it. That can compete head to head with any AAA game up there right now, which is incredible. It'll be the first time showing those trailers. You'll I can't hype this show enough. Okay, the last thing I want to say, you have never seen a presentation like this before, ever. Okay, so erase out of your head what your norm is for a showcase presentation, because it's not that completely. You know, indie gaming is all about creativity. They have like the doors wide open to be who they are, and just build worlds that nobody thinks about. When you think about publishers like Nintendo, Sega, Xbox, they have these little walls they have to stay inside of. Mario cannot say certain things. Mario can't go to certain areas, right? Indie developers, they can do whatever they want. They're their own bosses. It's like, you know, and so you'll see games in here that with concepts and stories and that will literally kind of, wow, this is crazy. That's a game. Why hasn't anybody else made this game? You'll hear stories of personal stories. Like we have a story about 9/11, and this person, they were there. They made a game around it, telling their story within that game, which is crazy. You'll see that
Wow.
trailer there for
Heavy.
the first time, and so uh, when you want to discover something new, indie games is where it's at, right? You want to discover something like normal, the norm. You go to Nintendo, you go to Sega, you go to, oh no, not to throw shade at Sega. Sega is kind of is the closest thing to indie that exists because they are actually, you know, they're very creative too. Um, but if you want to discover something new, you know, indie games is where it's at. And Indie Mania next week is going to be a crazy show.
Cryptic is asking, can you announce Cadence of Hyrule 2 right now, Mike? Or maybe Punch Out by an indie studio? LOL.
Well, Punch Out is for Nintendo to do, and Cadence of Hyrule, we are in contact with the developers. That's all I can say.
Love that. And then, of course, Nate has to bring up Panty Party 2. So, you know. Cheesy's face on that one. Yeah, eyebrow. I can hear it raise. That was wild. Cryptic asks, Mike, what's the process for a show like this? Do you start recruiting devs starting in January 2025 and then do a deadline and give them to give you time to edit?
Well, I mean, the process when we started for the very first time is like, I remember having conversations with Paul. I was like, Paul, we got 8 developers. How long of a show can we do with eight trailers? Is that gonna be like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Can we make it like a 15-minute direct or something like that? That's how we started, right? And so we just started reaching out to developers, you know, just sending emails. All right, Paul had some connections as well on his side. He knew way forward. Paul is like the network guy, so he goes to every single event, like all the. He went through almost all the E3s, and he goes to Summer Game Fest, and he goes to the Game Awards. He's in LA, across the street from you know, everybody, and so Paul had a lot of connections that helped a lot when it comes to contacting them. We had to basically prove ourselves to in order to gain their trust and get developers on board. But it's just a matter of just reaching out, right? Because you never know who's going to respond. So once we got a couple of people on board, we started reaching out even more, and then we started with I think 3 to 8 developers, and we ended up with about 80 to 90 at the end. So it's just putting yourself out there and just. Last year was that year. This year we didn't have to do any recruiting. Everybody came to us, you know, and so It's like the first year you put all the hard work into it, reach out as much as you can, prove yourself, put a game show out there, showcase, and then the following year you can kind of take a little easier, make it a little easier. This year it was more about, man, I don't want to say no to these people, but our show is so full. It's about that, it was more about that because this year now we have 300 developers. We got our list, our contact list is even bigger than 300 developers, but we had 300 developers that we had to choose games from to make the 2.5-hour show. It was a 2-hour show. We had to extend it for 30 minutes just to get more people in there.
Very cool.
But yeah, it was it's an experience. So if you guys are thinking about doing something like that, right? I highly encourage it. But it all starts with courage to do it, right? Don't think you're gonna fail. Everybody fails, but you have to, go for it.
I love that. The Nate says, I can't wait until Mike Odyssey and Paul Gale take the mic away from Keeley. Go boys, go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, where do you want? I know you got a bunch of streamers on board, including myself, to help get more eyeballs on this thing. But like, I'm assuming you have like a main channel you'd like people to go to, and so where are some of those links?
Yeah, the main channel is gonna be the Mike Odyssey channel. That's gonna be the headquarters for Indie Mania this year, and so we're also gonna be. I think the Indie Mania channel we haven't been using it that much, so the streaming capability there is still that intact. Because we were on IGN last year, so we didn't really need that much, We will be uploading the show to Indie Mania also on X, and try to make it go live as we are live on our main show, which is on the Mike Odyssey channel. So you can watch at the Mike Odyssey channel. You can watch it on Indie Mania X. You can watch it on X, and of course all the amazing content creators have signed up. Developers are crazy grateful to the content creators. They're over the moon, and they are just. We're gonna be making contacts with them between content creators and developers, so that they can send all the digital codes to them for reviews, free games. You don't even have to review the games; you just have to play games. You have a whole bunch of codes for you guys to kind of enjoy what we offer. And trust me, when you see the games, I want to go for that one. You're gonna want them because it's not just on Steam. We have Xbox, we have PlayStation 2 games. We have. There's a lot.
Love it. Amazing. Did I just hear PlayStation 2?
PlayStation 2. Switch 2. Switch 2.
As in PlayStation also.
As in PlayStation also. Yeah. I was gonna say PlayStation and Switch 2, and I just cut out the Switch. We have all platforms. Even I think we have a mobile game too. We have a mobile game in there too. That is you can play on Mac as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, make sure to tune in next Thursday for Indie Mania over on either on Mike Odyssey's channel or right here as well. And with that, we're gonna jump in to topic number 2.
You gotta edit these things, man. You gotta edit these things. It's like they're so cool to introduce. You gotta like kind of topic number 2 with the Game Boy logo and do something with that.
Mike wants me to work. That's all I hear. Mike wants me to work. Yeah. Well, week 2 of Switch 2, and the first question for each of you guys is what are we playing? But I want to do something special each week, since I've seen Johnny's TikToks where he's got like every launch title. I'm pretty sure that you can buy physically for Switch 2. Oh, here we go. He just scooted away, you guys. He's practicing drag and drive in his game chair right now.
All right, I got him now.
That game is awesome.
There's the stack. So Johnny, I think each week we're gonna have Johnny's pick of the week. So what is your pick of the week this week?
This pick of the week is Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. This one is not a game key card.
Yeah.
It is fully on the cartridge, and it's in the Switch, so I don't have it in here. But you do get a little booklet, and it's not like an old game. This originally released on June 5th with the Switch 2. So like it's not like Cyberpunk that's like 4 or 5 years old. But what it is, it's a farming simulator, but it has combat mechanics in it. I mean, Rune Factory has been around for, I don't know how long. It's been around for a long time. This is the first time that I really sunk my teeth into it, and I've been very addicted to it. It's my type of game.
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Is that the game that runs on Switch 1 also?
Yeah. So if you get the Switch 2 version, you can put the Switch 2 version in the Switch 1 and play it on Switch 1.
Do they widely advertise that?
I don't think so.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I'm trying to see what it says. It does say it includes the Nintendo Switch game and the Nintendo Switch 2 edition upgrade pack. So I think it's just like
yeah, it's a Switch game with the upgrade to Switch 2.
Yeah, I don't think you had I don't think I had to download anything.
Yeah.
When I put it in the Switch
was the
2.
cart red or was it black?
Yeah, the cart's red.
Okay.
There you go.
You
I
have to
haven't tried it on the
Switch
Switch
1.
one. But I know like Just Janie, she did a video about it and it works. So if you only have a Switch 1 right now and you're thinking about getting a Switch 2 down the line, you just pick up the Switch 2 version of Rune Factory and you'll be good.
So when I buy Metroid Prime 4, I can buy it just the digital Switch 2 and I'll get the Switch 1 version. Is that how that's going to work?
Interesting, right?
I
think so, because I think it's like Switch 1. You get the Switch 1 version and then get the upgrade pack.
The upgrade path, yeah.
But
So I wonder,
they are dropping the ball with like making it clear.
Yeah.
For all this stuff.
Yeah.
the games that I don't have now, I got to pick one up to see if this works. But if I get, Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2, the Switch 2 version physically doesn't work on the Switch 1, and I think it does. I think that's how these work. But now I'm gonna have to buy another physical game.
What are you gonna go buy?
I'm gonna get
Tears or Breath of the Wild
or Tears of the Kingdom, one of those, because I want to see if it works on the Switch 1. And I'm too lazy to Google it because it's probably already out there. Plus, so people if I have 3 versions of Breath of the Wild.
So Rune Factory is a farming game with fighting mechanics, right?
Yes.
What are you fighting? Plants and vegetables?
No, it's like demons. It's like demons, and you're trying to restore the Azuma. That's what it's called. But yeah, it has a lot of fantasy aspects. So there's it's very anime inspired as well. Cool. It looks really good. It runs really well.
That's cool because when you said farming simulator with fighting mechanics, I'm like, what? This guy's like beating up the apples and beating up the tomato.
Well, there is an indie game. Is it Ooblets? Ooblets, is that what?
I think so. I heard of it. Yeah.
That one is like you farm and they're your like Pokemon essentially.
Yeah. You grow Pokemon.
Yeah, you grow Pokemon. Yeah. So there you go. Ooblets is another one. I also like that. I think I might like farming sims more than I think I do.
Yeah.
I'm also debating on picking up Fantasy Life.
You're a cozy dude, man. You're a cozy dude at heart.
I know. I want Animal Crossing.
We need a Johnny Bo cozy podcast next.
Yeah.
Cozy time with Johnny. There you go.
Then I have Cyberpunk. I'll play that.
That's also cozy
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I asked this all came about because I asked Johnny like yesterday or the day before. I was like, "Yo, if I go and pick up another Switch 2 game, like what should I get?" And he immediately said Rune Factory, and I was like, "Oh." It was like I was expecting Street Fighter or, not that. I can just say I was
Street Fighter. I also have Street Fighter, but that is a game key card. For I guess to bring up something that came out today, I don't know what Do we know? I don't know what developer said this, but they said the third-party games on Nintendo Switch 2 are not selling that well,
Oh, yeah.
besides Cyberpunk.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
They're all well under expectations. They had some expectations, and they're well under expectations except for Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Is this for both digital and well? I guess key cards are counted as digital sales anyway. But
Yeah, I think they were mainly talking about the key card sales, the key card games.
I thought for purposes of how they track it, key cards count as a digital sale.
Digital.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that was like Capcom that did that or something. I think Capcom's the one that is tracking it as digital.
Oh wait, it's
I mean,
third party across all third party games on Nintendo Switch total.
Was it in the UK too? Like, I feel like there was some caveat that there was one developer that said this, and maybe it was only in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's not surprising. I mean, when you think about when you buy the Nintendo Switch 2 at launch, you're getting it for Mario Kart. And you're spending $500, plus.
Mm-hmm.
well, and if you want to have storage to store this stuff, you need to spend another $70 to $100, and that only gets you another 256 gigs.
Right.
And because those express cards are not cheap yet,
Mm-mm.
and who knows when they will get cheap. So it's a mobile platform that is not cheap with storage and is limited on storage. So it makes sense if these games are anywhere from 20 to 60 gigs,
Mm-hmm.
people aren't wanting to because how big was the download for Street Fighter?
I think it was like 60.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's not
space
there's a lot
is
of
at a premium.
there's a lot of like I feel like there's a lot of things that are going into this. I mean, it's the launch of a console. These games are not new, right? These games have been out for years.
Yeah.
And I think Cyberpunk, I don't know, it just had that it was the game that everybody wanted to see if something like that would work well on the Nintendo Switch 2. It had the good press about it being all on the cart. So like you're getting Mario Kart and then you're getting Cyberpunk. If you're getting a second game, you're getting Cyberpunk. There's I don't know many. I feel like I'm one of the few people that actually bought more than those two games.
Yeah. I can agree with the fact that there's a lot of support behind Cyberpunk just because it was making waves with them being right away full on cartridge. And to me, I honestly believe that this is just fans speaking out. You know, showing their support. Cyberpunk 2077 was the best selling third party game. It says here, beating launch sales of Witcher 3 on Switch 1. So it's not that they're the best third party selling game because everybody else did bad. They did very well. You know what I mean? And I think it's because people are saying, hey, if you're gonna give me physical, give me physical. I don't want this fake digital, cartridge, whatever. And so I think the success of Cyberpunk, it's actually saying something. And I'm reading a whole bunch of comments. People are agreeing, like, yeah, this is us kind of sending out a message that we don't want these key cards. We want physical. I think people would spend an extra $5, $10 to get that physical game, you know.
That's that Nintendo tax is always tied to this as well. And you assume that it's so that they will help just help the cost for smaller studios and things like that along the way. But like I talked about, I'm torn on, do I get Street Fighter digitally or do I get the key card? And there's essentially more value with the digital version at this point because I can let people in my family plan go ahead and borrow it that are not in the same in the
and
same
there probably
household.
wasn't anything extra or anything inside the case, was there, Johnny, on Street Fighter?
Street Fighter? Well, there was the code for the DLC. That was it. I guess I have a question so there's 5 of us here, and we're all Nintendo shills. Have you guys bought any of these game key cards or physical games or anything other than Mario Kart at this point?
Yeah, digital. I bought all digital except for Mario. Well, I actually did buy digital Mario Kart. I spent stupid $20 because my Walmart pre-order was canceled. But it was the bundle. Thankfully, I had a second pre-order at GameStop. That wasn't the bundle, so I actually bought. I came home and I bought digitally Mario Kart. So actually, every game I own is digitally. Never mind. It's all.
I
digital.
spent $10 more than I should have on Welcome Tour, and that's all.
I did
the
too.
other thing I bought.
I did too.
No.
I liked it though. I enjoyed it.
That is an investment in our future.
I know it's a hot take, but I enjoyed it. My daughters love it. They love the game just because there's a lot of mini games that take advantage of the new features of the Switch too, right? And so they like experimenting with the mouse part and everything. That's the one that they like the most, the mouse feature. And so they should have packed it in because it's still not as good of a game as Nintendo Wii Sports, right? But still, it's still fun, $10.
I can't wait to see the sales of that thing. It's probably going to be over 1 million. It's going to be
For
over
real.
1 million.
Cheesy, how about you?
You really think it's gonna be over 1 million?
Oh yeah, apparently it's selling really well in Japan.
I guess that's true. I did see that. Yeah. Right now, have played Mario Kart and Splatoon.
So I picked up a physical of Mario Kart. I picked up the physical of Cyberpunk, which is still sealed just because I haven't had time. And I picked up Welcome Tour as well, but haven't played it. I have tried to jump into some of the older games, but I already owned those, like trying Mario Odyssey and Splatoon and Breath of the Wild, stuff like that. Like, well, I've watched my girlfriend play Tears. I haven't even jumped in to any of those, but like they look, I mean, they look incredible. But yeah, I mean, Johnny, I didn't even know Hitman. I forgot Hitman was a launch title until I saw your
Hitman.
video.
Apparently, I haven't played it yet, but Hitman apparently doesn't run that well on the Switch too.
That's a bummer.
Also, another key card. So the only non-key card game, the two are Rune Factory and Cyberpunk. I think everything else is a key card that I have.
Okay. So I mean, we kind of answered what
Yeah, so like if creators like us aren't buying these things, then normies aren't buying these things.
Well, I mean, it might be the uneducated. We're educated about it. It might be if you're not aware of what it is. What does it say on the box when it's a key card?
Says
Is it as obnoxious and blatant as it was with the download code on Switch 1? So a little bit.
It's not that. It just says game key card, and then it tells you.
How is Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 not a?
I think it's only like
on,
4.
Not
I
on
think
the
it's only
card.
like 4 gigs too. Like, I don't
How?
think
That is ridiculous.
Hey, I do want to point out, quick little side note, we did get Clubhouse Games music on the Nintendo Music app.
What? I saw that update. I'm like, what music is in there that is worth listening to? The Battle Tanks music or something?
Some little tunes, some little like cool tunes. We played that. We played the heck out of that game. Clubhouse Games.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I still pick it up periodically. Throw darts with it and stuff. It's great.
I guess
is that feature already on the Switch too? Can I put in Clubhouse Games and share it to like my other Switches?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's there. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah, go ahead.
this segment is like what we've been playing, and you guys have just been playing Mario Kart.
No,
This is great.
I've been playing Mario Kart, Hogwarts Legacy. I own Hogwarts Legacy on Nintendo Switch. When I went to the Switch to experience, that's one of the games that I played. And the minute I got home, I wanted to throw Hogwarts Legacy away for Switch, and I just kind of left it in the, and I uninstalled it because it was digitally, and then I figured out, wait a minute, there should be an upgrade. We didn't know about the upgrade. $10. All right. Oh yeah, I upgraded to the Switch 2 version, and that's what I've been playing. I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy, Mario Kart, Fast Fusion. have you guys played Fast Fusion?
I need to download it.
I own it. I haven't.
Yeah, I was
checked
gonna
it
say
out yet.
I have it on my wish list. I need to
It's
spend the
incredible.
$15 and
Yeah, $15.
Get
It's incredible. It looks beautiful. I'm like, and they're gonna release another update to make it even look better. Like, how? This looks crazy good, right? For F-Zero fans, if you until you wait for another F-Zero to come up, which I know will probably be around the corner, this is a good game. It's a really good game. I recommend Thunderstat Steve's review on it if you guys want to check it out. If you want to see what it's about, but it's a really good game. I picked it up 2 days ago actually.
That's another one that I think is probably doing really well because it's
Yeah.
gotten a lot of good press
Mm-hmm.
for being $15 as opposed to the $10 welcome tour. So like, I think the games that are succeeding, Mario Kart, Cyberpunk, and
Yeah.
probably that one is like the eShop game that's succeeding.
And I mean, I get Nintendo wanting to trickle stuff out, and Donkey Kong being what it is coming out here in about a month, is great. But I feel like the Mario Party update should have just been a launch thing. I feel like that would have gone over better with a lot of people. Because aren't we having to wait until end of July or something like that for that?
It's Nintendo trying to be Nintendo and trying to say, hey, we have a schedule ahead of us and schedule things ahead, and so that we can look ahead and say, oh, okay, this is when this one comes out, this one comes out. I feel like Nintendo has already slated their 2025 release games, and we're not gonna get any new games for Switch 2 until next year. Besides Metro Prime 4, which apparently
no,
we
Mario's coming.
We gotta get a Mario.
Oh, we're gonna get a new Mario, but I don't think it's gonna be this year. I think it'll be next year.
Oh,
We might see it this year. We might see it this year. We might see that.
No, they
we
gotta
have
have something
we have
hidden.
to get something in November.
Because think about this. I think
Mike just kicked the Hornets.
I think what we're gonna get in November is that Splatoon. Was it Renegade?
No, that's coming out next year. I think they already said next year.
They said next year.
No, well,
they
hey,
didn't
wait.
say anything. They
didn't say anything, and Emio was announced, and then found out that the ESRB had rated it, and it came out a month later.
Yeah.
So there's a chance.
Apparently that rating was for Splatoon 3 and not for Raiders.
That was the little caveat with that. It was like there was a little bit unclear. So
yeah. There's also Metro Prime 4 that got a really. It's out now. Apparently,
it's out now. They should have just shadow dropped it. That would have been pretty epic.
That's what people are saying. Because I mean, Nintendo can't make a mistake that bad of adding an entire wall in the subway. Was it in England? With that big thing saying out now, so I'm guessing it's very close. I think that's this year's game. I don't think we're going to see any bigger games than that next year.
Well, speaking of Nintendo dropping the ball, Pauline in Korea. Crazy that leaked. Just so crazy.
That could have been so good if it didn't leak.
It would have been.
Well, they would have had to reveal it because of the amiibo.
No, not like just if we had found out at the
direct. It came out like 2
weeks
but
it would have been
like
you gotta wait 3 weeks, then they reveal it. It's not that big of a deal.
Here's a theory. You know that Donkey Kong. Okay, Bananza. Some people like it's not Bonanza, it's Bananza. Okay, Bananza. It's it's made by the Odyssey team, right? I'm like
allegedly.
What if Donkey Kong Bonanza is just a prequel to Mario Odyssey? Pauline is small there. Donkey Kong has to get.
It's a prequel to everything. It's a prequel to arcade Donkey Kong because Pauline is.
Nope. It's a different timeline. It's a different timeline.
Wait, topic 3 is Donkey Kong. Wait, hang on. Hold all the Donkey Kong because we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. I know you guys are like, this is Nintendo Powercast. There's never any structure. We're trying something new. Okay. 511 episodes. We're trying something new.
You got it.
So, Okay, well, I just have to call out Crawler because I noticed that he had not signed into his Switch in 5 days. So, what are you playing, Mr. Nintendo fan?
I'm still very frustrated by trying to 3-star mirrored knockout tour. It's exhausting. 3-starring anything in knockout tour is exhausting, just because you gotta be first to the gate every gate. It sucks.
Okay.
So I've started and quit out many times on knockout tour against the CPUs. I do need to probably devote some time to go race certain courses with just 2-player, no CPUs, and get my last like 3 or 4 costumes, because they're very specific to courses and Kamek, and having to do it that way, which is kind of frustrating. But I was driving around today. I I think the Dino area, and I did DK Spaceport. I did like the I got all the question blocks done there and did some P switches. So I've just been kind of an area at a time, kind of just looking at it, teleporting there, trying to do the challenges. It's kind of just whatever, but it's I wish there was a checklist for like
there
the
is a
P-switches.
mobile app now that you can find. It has a map that will show you where they are, and then you can add what you've completed. So it is available on iOS. It's paid.
You can
and
like
free.
go in and look at your stickers, and it'll check off what you have, pretty much.
I'm not sure exactly how it
that's the only way to tell what you've done, because there's no other way.
I think if you're in an area and you're like near it and it's grayed out, I think you can update on the app that you've done you've done that one kind of thing. So there is something in the works. They don't have everything on there yet, but they're getting close.
And Nate, I'm not rage quitting. I am valuing my time, and if I'm not going to get 3 stars, I stop it and I start it again.
There you go. Kripa says for knockout tour, you need to pick a cart with higher top speed.
Yep. And online knockout tour is just crazy. You can go from first to 24th and very, very quickly.
Oh yeah. Cheesy, you've been playing just Mario Kart and Splatoon, huh?
Yeah, mostly just Mario Kart, and it's just been a great time playing with my wife as well. Because like we'll either play Mario Kart together, or we'll just switch off with free roam, try to find the P switches or any of the panels or the peach coins. We already found all the costumes, so it's just been kind of fun that we like we'll put it on every night just for a little bit and see what we can discover.
Love it. And we've done that a few times too, where she'll grab her Switch, I'll throw mine on the TV, and then we'll swap, and then I'll go to handheld, and we're not racing with each other because we're just doing the free roam stuff or whatever, but we're like having a great time. And now the 3-year-old has picked it up and has started playing open world, like going into the free roam and just
that's awesome. I love that.
Driving around just zoned in, like she is like just looking like a gamer. Like I love it. Then her older brother's getting in the mix too. So Mario Kart's definitely getting some playtime.
I don't complain a lot, but I do have a complaint.
Oh.
I was trying to play game chat with some of my friends the other day, and I had already started a game chat with one of them. Apparently, you cannot add somebody to the game chat.
Oh.
You have to invite everyone all at once. And then that's how you operate it. But if you want to add somebody else, you have to leave the chat altogether and then invite all the people that you wanted.
I really don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
Try it.
I think you could have a lobby open, and then they could see your lobby, and they could join the lobby.
I tried, man. I didn't have the option to invite.
Weren't you wrong about something else before too?
I don't know. Probably.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm pretty sure this is wrong. There's no way. I think it's a lobby system.
I don't know, man. I've tried to look it up, and I even got a Reddit post that said that you were not able to.
What does Reddit know?
Reddit knows everything.
Okay.
Cheesy, I got your back.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're back. You guys are ruthless tonight. So
Hold on. I'm creating a game chat.
I
Create
I
chat.
have. Oh, let's see. Here he goes. What? He's got his camera on. Who's he inviting? So I have started like digging into time trials a lot, and not just running for the best times, but like if I see somebody, like if I see a clip that somebody has put up of like, they're grinding on a rail, then jumping to a wall, then bouncing off a tree and bouncing off another tree, and then hitting their I'm running that over and over and over
Have you
and
done
over again.
Have you done the
like,
ruins
no,
shortcut?
it's on my list. I started today with DK Pass. There's
Have you done
there's
the airship one? It's mainly you can almost ride rails all the way through it.
I've seen it. I've seen both of those so far, and they look great. I will say this. This game went from like okay, I like this game to it is my all-time favorite Mario Kart in less than 2 weeks. Like
The skill gap is crazy on this game.
I am having so much. I wish I had more time to play it right now. I don't have a ton of time to play it, and that's what's killing me. Because yeah, it takes you're not going to, if you can play this like a party game and it's going to be just fine and you're going to have a good time, you can play it casually, whatever. But if you want to really take this game to the next level, it's a bit of grinding, but it's also super satisfying. Jasmine handed me the controller yesterday on a blue coin challenge where you had to like bounce between two different a couple of different shipping containers and stuff, and it just looks so stylish when you hit all of those wall jumps the way you need to, and the wall riding and everything. Like it's really really cool. So I'm loving it. I need to play Cyberpunk. I own Street Fighter on Xbox. It's shout out to Hitman, who I know will probably listen to this. There's something in me that's like, I loved Street Fighter games on my like Super Nintendo. I loved having all those Street Fighter games on Switch 1. And so part of me just wants to have it on a Nintendo system, but I'm just debating. It's like right now I haven't even opened Cyberpunk. So do I need anything else right now? Probably not. But I want to ask real quick before Bonanza comes out, before we even talk about Bonanza, if somebody is picking up the Switch 2 in these next runs, which I shout out to GameStop for utilizing their they had a big screw up and people were stapling the receipts to the box and putting holes in Switch screens. When they got a restock, they said staples not included. They fully leaned into it, and and
do you
I
see
thought
some
it
of the
was fantastic.
spoof videos that people were making, like with nail guns or
No, but that's amazing.
they were like, oh, let me get your receipt, and they would take a nail gun and just go ka-chunk into the
Wow.
box. It was pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
So just real quick, Johnny, somebody's picking up a Switch 2 before the release of Bonanza or anything else. What game you telling them to get, or games?
No, Mario Kart for sure. And I'll go Rune Factory.
Shocking.
Somebody else is gonna say Cyberpunk. So
there we go. Mike, how about you? Somebody's picking it up right now. What are you recommending?
All right, so first, if you're gonna pick up a Switch, pick up the one. If you can get the bundle, get the bundle. Save those $30 on Mario Kart, and it comes with the Mario Kart. So that's the one game there. The next game I would. It just depends on what you played, right? I'm gonna go with just because it's my favorite Mario game, Bowser's Fury, 3D Mario plus Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury is my favorite 3D Mario game, and I think that's like a little pre-show to the next big Mario game, which is going to be open world and everything. So I'll stick with that one. It did get an update, so that's why I'm choosing it for Switch 2. They get the update with the 60 frames per second, 4K resolution, whatever. So it looks fantastic. So yeah, that one.
Love that. Love that. Cheesy, how about you?
It's got to be Mario Kart. I mean, it's so good. It's a great game to play with others. Knockout Tour is a lot of fun if you're into like really competitive like modes. Um yeah, and even free roam. I know people have bagged on it, but I just find it enjoyable.
I do too. It teaches you the tech. It allows you to explore all of the work that went into creating the world, and the characters are like alive. Like you will watch a Shy Guy like walk to his car like he just got off work and then just start driving. And they'll stop at a crosswalk if people are crossing and wait for them to pass. And I've seen traffic jams where like stuff's happening and the cars get all backed up. Like I don't, some of the stuff is like there's some details that are like these are somewhat overlooked in a lot of, and if you drive by and hit your horn and wave, they'll wave back at you. Like there's just a lot of like fun little Easter eggs. So Crawler, what games you recommending?
The one that I've played pretty much, which is Mario Kart. I'd say the Switch 2 makes a lot of your old lobby or old library or any games that you've kind of had in the past better. So I mean, I've booted up Tears of the Kingdom a little bit, walked around. It looks a lot better. But I mean, Splatoon got a big update, so if you're enjoying that, play that. But I think until Donkey Kong comes out and we get the update kind of to Mario Party, I mean stick with the kind of known stuff right there. And I'm interested in looking at Cyberpunk. I'm kind of jealous. I mean, Elden Ring's on screen right now. I'm kind of wishing Elden Ring was out and ready to play because I'd play it for a third time, kind of on a different console. But stuff's coming. I mean, but right now the go-to is definitely Mario Kart.
Yeah, absolutely. No question there. Mario Kart is a must. And then depending on what you really love for games, I'm not going to recommend any other games because I haven't played them, but like you guys said, like going back to some of those older ones. And Nate asked the question, have you guys returned to Scarlet and Violet? I'm going to put mine in right now and I'm going to let you know live if my save file came along with it, because some people are losing their save files with this.
I lost my save file along with my Switch. back before we couldn't even, and this was in not last year, 2 years ago when I went to PAX East. I brought my Switch OLED with me with those Zelda controllers, the blue ones, and then I just left it at the airport. Completely just left the entire thing at the airport.
Oh no!
But I just downloaded Scarlet and Violet to start over again with the improvements. But one other game that I want to recommend is one that's going to be coming out this 26th on the same day as Indie is Ruffy and the Riverside. If you are a big fan of Banjo Kazooie, Mario, it's Banjo, Mario, and Paper Mario all put together into one, is incredible. I can say I'm playing the review code right now, and it's beautiful. That's one of the games that I've been playing on Switch too. Looks great, and it's another platformer and made by indie developer, which is crazy.
I played the demo and it is very fun.
Yeah. So it's coming out on the 26th, Thursday.
Last thing on this topic, IGN gave the Switch 2 a 7 out of 10, which I don't understand why.
I think it's fair.
And okay, what? Why do you think that's fair? What? And I mean, I'm like genuinely curious.
I think it's because this is Nintendo Switch 2, the base edition. With Nintendo Switch 2 hasn't evolved into what it's going to be in a couple of years from now, and so you take away points by not having the OLED screen. Yeah, you have a bigger screen. Take away points because of the battery life is not where it's going to be later on. So I'm guessing that what they're doing is, okay, let's give it a 7, which is only 3 points away from perfect score. And let's deduct points on certain things: battery life, screen, and who knows whatever they decide to deduct a point on. But so I don't think 7, depending on who reviewed it too, right? Because is this in the overall score amongst the entire like a board of IGN reviewers, or just as one guy writing a review?
It's
You know what I
just
mean?
Tom. It's just Tom Marks.
Okay,
One
so
guy.
yeah, so you know,
They gave the Portal an 8. PlayStation Portal an 8.
that is not called. That's completely uncalled for compared to the Switch 2, the Portal. Nah, yeah, that's just dumb. That's dumb.
Okay,
I-
that's that. I like that. It see what it boils down to. You really answered the question for me. I've not played my Switch handheld long enough for it to die, and then I love the screen, but I'm playing more on a
How cool.
2K monitor or a 4K TV.
Yeah.
So like, which I mean, and I've started posting a daily photo of Mario Kart World on my Instagram. The pictures blow my mind. Like they honestly, like I'm doing some edits to them, of course, but like it looks like I've even had some people ask me like, where did you get, like, that aren't familiar with the game or whatever. Like maybe I texted it to my brother or something. He's like, where'd you get this? I'm like, bro, it's a shot in game. He's like, it is not. I'm like, yes. So there's some things that are just super, super impressive, but I can see the complaints. The screen is a hard one for me because it looks so good for not being an OLED. Like it looks so good. So
Yeah, it's the HDR and the 120 frames per second that makes the screen really cool, you know. So, and the size, you know, it is the biggest screen right now in the market for a handheld.
Right.
And so, yeah, imagine Nintendo Switch. I'll say 2 years from now, 2 years from Switch 2, when that OLED model comes out, without the bezels. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make the screen a little bigger, maybe 8.5. And then they'll increase the battery life just because they'll maybe update the chip inside so it's less, battery. You know, it's less of the battery. There's always this is just the base model of the Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm so looking forward to what Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna be at the end, or even towards the middle, right? Then maybe the Nintendo Switch 2 Lite whenever that comes around. You know, what is that gonna look like? And so this is just a base model. So giving it a 10 right now, it's like, okay, it means that where can Nintendo go up from here? Nowhere. They already have a 10. So
Yeah.
when you see a 7, okay, yeah. So once the next ones come out, then you will get some improvement on there, or maybe they'll revise their score when new games come out, because then they would have a better, fuller experience with the Nintendo Switch 2 week. You know, that's not just 2 weeks old.
Yeah. The other where it would really dock a point too is the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi is not great, to the point that like yesterday I get a text saying, hey, why can't because it's like if you set up your user license, you have to check to see if your game, like it has to check online to see if you can play your game.
Mhm.
And Jasmine couldn't get Mario Kart to load from the living room.
Ooh.
She's like, what? I'm like, take it to my office and she's like, why do I have to do this? I'm like, I'm sorry. So
So the Wi-Fi receiver on it is that weak, or is the Wi-Fi just that bad in your house?
no, it's the receiver on the Switch 2 it's kind of a known issue. Like,
Is it because
so-
magnets are next to it?
I don't.
Maybe.
I'm.
Yeah, that could be. Hey.
It was. Is his name Tom Warren? I think he's one of the like he's the one that first mentioned. He's like, I can't get this thing to work well, like anywhere. And then I saw somebody on X was like, hey, if you're having issues, change the setting from 1400 to 1500, and then that got hit with community notes saying don't do that. so yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I want to look at Cryptic's little statement here, and then we will move on to topic 3 because we are going long. So Cryptic says, I think if you look at battery life, HDR not working correctly, game chat not being the best, and little annoyances about the console itself, I'm sure they will give an updated score later on. So Nate says, does it have to do with the launch lineup too? And I mean, yeah, that can be a frustration for sure. And then also the Joy-Cons being the same architecture is kind of a letdown. Like hearing that they're the same, they're essentially the same analog stick, which could have drift issues.
Yeah.
You know?
And like
So-
the launch lineup is made for somebody like Cheesy that has been Switch only and can partake in some of these other games.
And he
But-
didn't get any of them though.
I don't
Yeah.
have the time right now, man. I've got a 7-month. 7-month-old today.
You got a baby? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's get to the next topic. Some Donkey Kong. Mike, please don't judge my transition.
Come on, man. You had the perfect opportunity. The perfect opportunity to write topic number 3.
I did. I let you down. I'm sorry. Well, Donkey Kong Bonanza. We just saw the direct yesterday. It was honestly amazing, like amazing. Johnny put out a tweet that I misinterpreted. I thought you were saying that Donkey Kong should have been the launch title and not Mario Kart. And I've then read your previous tweet where you were quoting that one essentially, and I was like, oh, I deleted my reply, but I Donkey Kong has me super hyped, right? And I wouldn't have been mad if the two had been switched, just being only a month apart. But like after watching the direct yesterday, I was already sold on this game. I am 1,000 times more sold on it. And so, Johnny, I'll start with you. Like, were you sold on the game before? I know you were because you're the biggest shill here, bootlicker. But what are your hype levels at now?
Oh yeah, I was excited when they announced it, and then I was down in Super Nintendo World and got all the Donkey Kong stuff down there. So I'm like, I want some more Donkey Kong stuff. And yeah, this direct was perfect, and I think it really did sell people on the game. I haven't seen anything really negative about the direct and about the game. People are saying that this one should have been $80, which I don't know why people.
That's
want $80,
exactly what
so.
I was thinking when I saw the footage, and this is where Nintendo struggles with Doug Bowser's stupid PR chat or whatever he had to say about variable pricing for their games. It's a slap in the face to kind of everything.
Yeah, no, I mean the pricing, they can say what they want. Like that's all corporate speak. It's because they could sell Mario Kart at $80. They can't sell Donkey Kong
It's
at
because
$80.
they could. Yep.
Yeah, they can't sell Donkey Kong, and I think Mario Kart will be worth $80. I mean, we're all putting a lot of time into it anyway, so maybe it is already worth $80. But in the long run, it's going to be worth $80.
Yeah.
Who knows how long this Donkey Kong game is going to be, how much content there's going to be. It looks like there's going to be a lot of content. I mean, you have like skill trees and different cosmetics. Like the skill tree was definitely surprising.
It was good.
Yeah.
Too.
Nintendo doesn't do skill trees.
I was impressed with the fact that you can play with somebody with a regular Switch.
Yeah, that was insane.
I was very surprised by that.
That leads me to believe that it was initially supposed to be on the original Nintendo Switch.
Do you guys think it's essentially cloud?
Yeah,
That it's just
has to
it's
be.
it's
It has-
basically like the cloud tech where it's just
Better.
streaming it to the other system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming the Switch version, you'll only be able to be Pauline.
Yeah, that's all.
Like,
That's
you're not
all it
gonna be
is.
able to
Yeah.
be Donkey Kong. So
And what does she do?
What-
She just sings at people, and that's it.
She sings waves, and when she sings, it throws out waves that could damage things and cause something to happen.
she's like the Cappy mechanic
Yeah,
for co-op. Like it's not. They call it co-op, but it's really not.
it's baby mode.
Yeah, it's like if you have a kid, like you give the kid the second
For
controller.
real. Yeah, I
Give
see
the
that.
kid their $300 controller and let them play
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, when you do it like just same system, it also runs with the mouse. You can play Pauline with the mouse, just kind of like I think like on Galaxy, remember you could use a second Wii remote to like just kind of like point around. So but that means what's that going to mean for when you send it over to a Switch 1? Like I just find it shocked me when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is cool.
I do want to clarify, like my comment about I don't think this should have been the launch title over Mario Kart. Maybe like with it, I could see like Mario Kart and Donkey Kong launch, but it's not like people buy the system for Mario Kart. They're not buying it for Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I'm sure people will buy, like some more people now will buy the system for Donkey Kong, but it's not like everybody's going to get Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Johnny, did you play this at your preview?
No.
But Mike, you went to the experience, right? So you got to play this?
Yeah, I played it at the experience.
So
yeah.
was the whole stupid egg thing just for the preview thing so that Pauline wasn't shown off?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was no Pauline or even a rock there.
But there wasn't the rock.
No, there was no rock. There was just
There was no Dwayne Johnson in this game.
no rock. So basically, you start out in the mines, right?
So
And it's
cheesy.
Like a tutorial. You find the 3 bananas to make your way up to the top. I call it the Tears of the Kingdom Island, floating island, because it looks like it's Tears of the Kingdom Island. And then there, just kind of follow tutorial. It's more the entire thing we did was more like a big giant tutorial where you start at that mining area. You go up, and then you just do a lot of stuff on top, but there was no rock or Pauline at all.
Yeah,
I'm
it just
assuming
seems weird to have the
I'm
rock.
assuming Odd Rock. You're gonna get Odd Rock for like the tutorial, and then when the
right
the
here
title screen comes out, you'll get
Yeah.
Pauline.
So you saw Pauline right there. Look, Pauline is there with him on that main island. That's the first island you end up on after you leave the mines, and Pauline wasn't there with me. I feel offended by it.
Mm-hmm.
They're sneaky. Did you get to do any of those little shrines?
For Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
No, they just basically what it is they the demo consisted of you just finding those big giant banana crystals. Once you found enough in the mines, then you were transported up. Once you found enough on top, then you transport it to that. It opens the ground up in a big circle. You jump, and that's when it ends.
Well, and the transformations definitely made me feel like a Banjo-Kazooie game a little bit.
Yeah, we got Super Saiyan Donkey Kong, first one.
The zebra. I love the zebra one.
Yeah,
Remind me of Cameo.
Yeah.
Also,
Even Odyssey in a little bit because you transform into the enemies in Odyssey. I mean, the rumor is it's not like the main. They spun off a team for from Odyssey. Like this was made by the younger people from the Odyssey team.
Interesting. With the transition or the other, the what is it, the Bananza Kong or whatever, is that what they call? I can't remember
Bananergy.
Bananergy.
Yeah. Whatever you change into though, right? Like they showed the ostrich, they showed. Do you guys think, like, if you think about like Donkey Kong Country, there was also a swordfish.
Yeah, so there's definitely a reference to the original Donkey Kong ostrich.
Mm-hmm.
The elder is wearing sneakers.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah.
And Ramby's confirmed to be in this, right?
Yeah, Ramby's in it. So.
And yeah.
The only thing I thought out of the entire presentation, just to say something not negative, but I could have lived without it, is the sculpting part. Like they give you
TTD on those.
A rock so you can sculpt a head. And I remember Krista. By the way, Kid and Krista are going to be on the show next Wednesday. If you guys want to catch them there, Krista, she puts on X like, I am scared of what people are going to build with it because
there's
the smash things that people made was pretty quickly inappropriate. So I'm sure there's going to be stuff in this as well.
For real.
There's I don't know if you ever watched Mythic Quest. But it's like it follows a game development.
TTD.
Is it TTP or TTD?
TTD or TTP, but yeah.
But like they make a shovel, and the one developer they make a shovel so you could make your own stuff, and the one developer's like, they're just gonna draw dongs, right?
yeah.
And the other one's like, no, people won't do that. No, they're gonna be more creative than that now. It's like immediate.
Time to dongs.
You
Yeah.
should catch the chat when they start that area where they show the sculpting and they show Donkey Kong's head with something coming out like that.
Yeah, before they turned it into like that mohawk thing. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm like,
what
what
is
the-
that?
So the only reason I liked it's such a throwback to Mario 64. But it's like a
when
different...
they showed the Bowser, like, yeah, it looked like Mario 64 stuff.
Where you can pull
it
on
feels
Mario's
like it's
nose and stuff.
shoehorned in though. Like they're like, we got to do something with the mouse. Let's put in
Yeah, it
this
doesn't
sculpting
play.
thing.
Well, that being said, though, think about what kids play right now, like Minecraft and that kind of thing. Like it's not for like I doubt I've never touched a create a stage in Smash. Like I could care less, right? Like it's just not what I'm not what I'm there for. But like I know for a fact the 11-year-old here will be like he'll be all over that. I'll probably be like, bro, you gonna actually play the game? He's like, no, I'm good. he'll just be creating, So
banana energy, banana. Oh my god,
Bananergy.
Bananergy.
So is the
Bananergy.
gold worthless if you're already maxed out on that then?
I mean, you could spend it.
Hey, you do get to collect it. As you can see it on the top corner.
Yeah.
there.
So, were any of you guys like lukewarm on this game before the direct, and now you're super hyped?
I was like, it's a good game, but am I gonna pick it up right away? No, I'll just wait a little bit until until the direct, until I saw how expansive it is, and when I saw the skill tree, I was super interested in it, because I love that. I love working towards something, and making Donkey Kong stronger. So it's pretty cool.
I was gonna get it, but I think they sold it a lot better to me with this yesterday.
Look
I
at this
think I
scene
was-
right. Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry,
always
Cheesy.
hyped
Go ahead.
for it, just because like the concept itself of just going through and breaking the world that you're in just
Mhm.
to get collectibles and find new like secret areas and stuff like that just really seemed interesting to me. And then this direct yesterday, I mean, there was just so much that was offered, and I love that there's collectibles and there's costumes and like
Mhm.
the photo mode, and uh I am interested to see where the story goes. I know people are kind of flipping out about that, but
The three people that care about Donkey Kong lore.
I just hope Void Company isn't like Brutals. I really hope that it's not like the Brutals.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: Mario comes at the end, and then takes Pauline by the hand and brings him up.
did you guys
Um,
get Splatoon energy from the boss fights here?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that
time.
one right there.
Yeah.
No, there's so much about this game that seems like there's a shot at one point where he's like going around that gold statue throwing rocks at it, like of the other Kongs, and it's such a throwback to Mario Sunshine when you're on that on that like roller coaster or whatever, and you're shooting you've got to grab rockets and shoot them at it's like a Mecha Bowser or something, right? If I remember correctly.
Well, and they leaned into the DK rap a little bit at the end of this as well. Like there's no way we don't get Donkey Kong 64 on an NSO before this, right? Like, did we get an update?
Oh, for sure. Don't I can expect even they Odyssey this. You know how in Odyssey you can get first thing that they already show that you have 2D areas you can go to, right? You can go like it looks like
Oh yeah, they got minecart levels and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows if there are areas you go into and it turns into the old Donkey Kong 8-bit game from NES, right? That'll be cool.
Well, one of the stages that they do show on these challenges did look like the like
yeah.
The
first
OG
stage,
construction
like this
site
right here.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, well, and it looks like DK Spaceport from Mario
Mm-hmm.
Kart World, right? Like,
Yep.
It looks like some big Kong is throwing those barrels, So
Man, they didn't mention our costumes coming to Mario Kart World.
Not yet.
But
Not yet.
I mean that's a costume right there. The souped up Donkey Kong. Like,
Super Saiyan.
oh
Yep.
yeah, Yeah, well, his little bibs right here. Like the funniest picture I saw today. It's I sent it to Jasmine. It's all of the it's all of the princesses with Pauline, and they're like, yo, why do you get like a teenager and we're stuck with these babies?
Pauline's definitely gonna be in Smash Brothers, right? Like she's
Oh,
in
yeah.
everything now.
Yeah.
It's a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, why does your younger counterpart get to be older than all of ours? And they're just all holding, like Daisy's holding her baby version of herself upside down. Rosalina's got like a baby Bjorn with it, like with baby Rosalina just crying in the front. Like it's so funny. But yeah, like I think if you think about Donkey Kong has one costume, Pauline has one costume in Mario Kart World, there's got to be something.
And
to-
honestly, I think that is why you have Mario Kart World as the launch title, because
Yeah.
you get people excited about Mario Kart, and then when other games are coming out, you go back to Mario Kart and play. I mean, like we kind of
Yeah.
all did it with the Booster Course Pass, even if you did it like once or twice. We all went back to Mario Kart and tried out those courses. So I think you
Mhm.
also would want to go back and play as that character, find their costumes, and just be celebrating the fact that like you play Donkey Kong Bonanza and now they're in Mario Kart. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fun, like crazy thing about Mario Kart right now too, like little side note, in the UK, both Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart World in the top 10 most sold games for
What?
like
Still.
yes.
Crazy, man. I mean, Mario Kart is the game to go. Nintendo has packed that game in every single holiday for Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah.
You know, I was gonna point something out that I like the skill tree here because it reminds me of Spider-Man on PlayStation. It's my favorite game on
We don't
PlayStation.
talk about that here.
What, Spider-Man? I want Sony to shake hands with Nintendo and say, hey, I'll give you Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales on Switch 2. Get some
Or
some
Astrobot.
more bucks.
Bring Astrobot.
Yeah,
I don't think
Astrobot for
Astrobot
sure.
everything. But at least, you know, since there is already a little bridge, a tiny bridge, maybe a rope between Nintendo and Sony with the Zelda movie, you know, being made. Sony is putting 49%, Nintendo 51% of the money to produce that movie. Was you know, there is already some kind of partnership there. So I hope that that at least, you know, in that realm, Spider-Man is not a true Sony first party game. It's a licensed game to Sony exclusivity, right? It's not like they made up the Spider-Man character and it's Sony's property. So I'm hoping that at least we can get that Spider-Man.
Maybe they have like a deal like the MLB and Marvel is
Yeah.
like, yo, put Spider-Man on Switch 2.
Yeah. I was looking. I was reading an interview with James Gunn, and you know they were talking about the video games side of the you know of things, and the video games are going to be connected to the movies and the TV shows, and the voice actors are going to be the same throughout. And like everybody's going to be like connected, and they say where are we are you going to be on PlayStation and Xbox? They want no exclusivity for anything for at least with DC across the board, which is really cool because it's like a wider audience. So I hope that at least with Marvel with Spider-Man they do the same exact thing.
We need Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4.
We do.
Yeah,
And we also need all of Sony's remakes.
for real.
They'd have a
Last
fresh
of Us-
market.
Last of Us Part 2 Switch edition.
Exactly. So I think it's worth noting on this where they're showing the local game share
Mhm.
on the Switch 1 version. Look how small the gameplay is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Even
compressed a
on
little
the
bit.
Switch
so-
2, it's kind of small.
It's a stream. It's a cloud thing. It's a cloud thing, which kind of backs up my theory that I'm never gonna quit on. Nintendo one day they might first thing release a second screen to attach to the Switch 2, and also unlock the ability so you can stream to your dock.
Yeah, they have a patent for that.
Yep. Hey, I discovered that pattern. It was me. I did it.
I love it. That's that when I first started seeing some of your stuff, Mike. It was from those patents coming through on Twitter. I love that. So, okay. Any last thoughts, you guys, on the lore for Donkey Kong? Since it is like, kind of just out the window. I've mentioned like, oh, I think Mario's going to show up and Donkey Kong's going to be taking Pauline to the top of the building so she can sing, and he's going to think she's getting captured. But now we find out she's like 13. So it's like, it's definitely not his girlfriend, like, like it was in the first game. So like,
you could have a like a flash forward.
Well, the other thing I saw is somebody was like, well, here's Mario as a teenager also with his like no mustache and like
for real.
Weird.
Which I thought was kind of funny. Like, so yeah, I think I Johnny's probably said it best. Like there's probably not a lot of people what I find interesting is not that I'm like super attached to the lore of Donkey Kong, but it seems like one of the first games that I like kind of learned about lore, where it was like,
well, because Cranky Kong's in this game, right? But Cranky Kong is supposed to be the original Donkey Kong that was in the Mario, the Donkey Kong arcade game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Donkey Kong Jr. is supposed to be the Donkey Kong that we like play with now. And then he was kind of like forgotten and erased after Super Mario Kart, and then made a return in Mario Kart Tour. So it just
kind of feels like everything is being retconned for the Switch era, just because that's like the most audience that they have. And like there's even rumors of a Donkey Kong movie, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but there were rumors.
Yeah, it's a thing. I think Seth Rogen spoke about it, and so he, in a way, confirmed that was happening. When I think it's coming after the Zelda movie, we'll get Donkey Kong.
There's a cool scene in the trailer here that kind of shows what looks like a green, like almost like green toes with like claws on the end. Kind of makes me think King K. Rool's
coming.
Might be a part of this. And I have a theory that like, what if this game, Pauline is the connector between Odyssey and this game.
Yep.
Right. And I mean, and I've heard some people, I think it was like NBC, they were speculating like, what if you end up in New Donk City?
Yeah.
At the end of this one. And I'll take that a step further. After watching the movie, I've mentioned this on the show throughout the week, I believe, but I would love to see a 3D Mario game that included Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
So that you could essentially team
I want
up,
I want that Fire Flower Donkey Kong from the movie.
Fire Flower Donkey Kong.
Yes, that's exactly what I've said every time I've brought it up, because it would be fun. And 40 years, I mean, obviously like Mario, came out in 81 as Jumpman, but like with the anniversary, that like you don't have Mario without Donkey Kong. Nope. There is no Mario without Donkey Kong. So it would be cool just to see them finally go beyond just like Mario versus Donkey Kong and that kind of stuff, but see them. And I mean, if they did a 3D world style game, you could bring in multiple characters, right? We've already seen like Toad and Peach and Rosalina and I believe Daisy, I think. And so
and you don't have Mario or Donkey Kong without Popeye.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. That's it's such an incredible story. So, well, I think that's gonna do it. We're an hour 30. We're a little longer than anticipated. It's quarter after midnight for those of us on the East Coast. So let's go. Happy Friday, everybody. And Mike, thank you so much for joining us tonight and giving us the inside scoop on Indie Mania. Love that. So, all right, I finally came up with a way. Like, I wanted a catchphrase to close the show out, and we're going all the way back to when Donkey Kong Country was coming out, and that is NPC fam. Remember to play it loud. See you in the next one.